Okay, so y'all read the title right. Y'all read it very correct. So y'all probably know where I'm going with this. I want to mention first that this is completely just my opinion on the movie Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives. This is completely my opinion. Y'all can doubt me on it all you want. Don't care. Do not care. Y'all can get mad at me on it all you want. Y'all can go against me because, oh, Tommy's the big strong man. He's able to kill Jason. He's able to trap him beneath Crystal Lake. Only for bro to get out in the next movie. This is completely my opinion, okay? And in my opinion, it makes perfect sense. I don't think many people realize this. Not many people realize this, okay? So don't, before y'all start typing your little comments and saying, Dark Prince, that's not, the title doesn't make any sense. How is Tommy Jarvis responsible for Jason coming back and killing everybody? How is Tommy Jarvis responsible for the whole town being screwed and killed? How is he responsible for them getting murdered? I'm not going to make a whole theory on this saying, oh, he did it on purpose. Why would he do it on purpose? That's fucking stupid. That's like saying 9/11 was an inside job. Which, that has been said plenty of times by stupid, nerdy conspiracy theorists, and yet it's never been confirmed. So it's clear that it wasn't, obviously. I just want to mention, this is completely my opinion. Get mad at me all you want, just my opinion. Just shut up and listen to the video. With that being said, let's get into it. Oh man, I wonder how many little 9-year-olds that probably are allowed to watch horror movies by their crackhead addicted parents are gonna yell at me in the comments saying, oh my god, you're so stupid. Shut up. It's my channel. I do what I want. Okay, let me calm down. Okay. First things first. Okay, no little kids stalking my windows. Okay. Let me get my script. I'm definitely not about to take a piece of paper to make a crumbling sound effect like I'm grabbing a script. Definitely didn't just take a random piece of paper I found in my room and use it as a way of implementing that I'm making a script all on my own. But I bet you paused the video just to say, yes, you are. I don't know what you're talking about. I wouldn't. Okay, maybe I did. Okay, get over it. I don't know how to make good sound effects like that. Okay, get over it. Okay, let's actually get into the video because, I'm probably gonna make a bunch of horror movie fans mad. Even my own mother, who probably watches some of my videos, realizing that I do these types of things, so my mom's probably gonna flame me in the comments as well, somehow, some way, and y'all are gonna probably laugh at me, and, yeah, so, let's just get into it. So, she probably doesn't even know about this video, but if she finds it on my channel, she's probably gonna flame me in the comments for making this type of content and saying, oh, Tommy just got the whole town killed, when it's quite obvious. Okay, let me explain, okay? In the opening scene of Friday the 13th Part 6, it's a very sudden opening. First it opens with the Paramount intro, then it opens with I think a couple other, actually no, it just opens up with the Paramount intro, then fades to black, then immediately shows a night sky, then shows a night woad of, I think, a dog eating roadkill. Then we see a truck drive over it, then, you know what, let me just show you the opening scene so y'all can get a mindset of what I'm talking about. And if this video gets copyrighted, it's probably because I used the clip. If we're lucky, I should be able to use it. Let's find out. If not, I will re-upload this video with a, or actually no, I'll just edit the description and tell y'all what happened. So, let's find out, chat. Just watch this clip and you'll understand the opening, okay? Just watch the full opening.
I don't know how you talked me into this, Tommy. Hell, I must be crazy. You know, if the institution ever found out about this, they would haul our butts back in and straitjacket them. Permanent.
You didn't have to come, Hawes. This is between me and Jason.
I know. But I still don't get the therapy here. All you need to know is Jason's dead, right? Seeing his corpse ain't gonna stop the hallucinations.
Seeing it won't, but destroying it will. Jason belongs in hell.
Okay, look, I'm sorry to pause the clip here, but I kind of find it unfair and kind of fucked up that people, including Tommy, believe Jason belongs in hell when Bo is basically killing people because of the death of his mother. Also including the fact that these are the same teens that also allowed him to drown because they were too busy fucking each other, over here taking each other to Pound Town.
Oh, I'm gonna see he gets there.
Okay, there it is, huh? There's his grave. Okay, let's go.
Hey, look, last time I'm cutting the video off, but look, in case some of you don't know what he's planning to do with that gasoline canister, he's gonna disintegrate Jason's body.
Wait a second. What? I gotta be sure. your proof. There's his coffin. Let's go.
Hand me the crowbar.
You're not gonna open that.
Hand me the crowbar.
I got it. I really don't like this.
Okay, look, I'm sorry, but I'm trying to explain my evidence here. This turning point for Tommy is his PTSD talking. That whole echoing thing of him when he was younger, his sister screaming for him to get the hell out of the womb and stop hitting Jason's dead body. That's what triggers him into grabbing this one of those wads overhanging on the cemetery's, I guess, gate? I don't fucking know. He grabs one of them and plunges them through Jason's chest that you are about to see here in a minute. He does that because the whole point of this was to make sure Jason's dead, but Blow doesn't realize that if he just left the body in the coffin, and instead of digging it up, stabbing it with a wad, he probably wouldn't have caused the most messed up thing ever, which was Jason's murder spree. That PTSD echoing flashback y'all just saw was what broke him mentally and physically and made him do this, made him accidentally bring Jason back to life. If he had just left Jason alone, left him in the coffin, don't know why they even buried him in the first place. They probably should have just, cremated his body and threw the ashes on the ground. Okay, I'm kidding. Let me calm down. They should have just cremated the body. They had no reason to bury him. You're basically asking for Bro to climb out at any day after his 100-year nap and start wrecking people, bruh. I mean, not that it would have mattered because Tommy's the reason that this town has to deal with Jason all over again. Just saying, that's my evidence of why he does this in the first place. His PTSD got to him. And in case y'all don't know, he only has PTSD because in Friday the 13th Part 4, and I'm explaining this for people that don't watch the horror movies and just, watch this without even watching the movies because, they're boring, My dad does that shit to me. He won't watch them, but God forbid my mama will. That's because, my mama actually has a soul. Sorry, Dad. It's true. As I was saying, in Friday the 13th Part 4, Tommy is the one who single-handedly takes down Jason and kills him with a machete, of course. His machete, as a matter of fact. And that is the PTSD that hits Tommy, forcing him to do this.
Oh, shit. He must have really messed you over.
Yeah, fuck you, Jason.
Would you just leave that thing alone? Please! Tommy, please! Let's get out of here! My heart can't take any more of this!
Oh man, we built up to the very turning point that I wanted to mention. That whole segment, besides the cutaways that I had to do to explain my evidence, that whole segment you just watched, that whole 9-minute segment, it proves my point. Jason would have never came back to life. Friday the 13th, part 6 would have never even happened if it wasn't for Tommy in the first place. To be honest with you, chat, at this point, lock a bro away permanently because he is basically the cause of so many more people dying. All that blood is on Tommy's hands. Not Jason's. Okay, maybe partially Jason's. But you know what? It's Tommy's fault to begin with. He should have left Jason alone. He is the reason Jason came back to life, killed his buddy Haas, and then killed all those other people that will lose their life at the hands of Tommy bringing back Jason. We aren't done yet, because I gotta include some other evidence that I think is worth including, okay? We have some other evidence to include. Partially from the fact that... You know what? Let me just include the other evidence. Let me start explaining it. Not gonna lie to you, chat. It's worth mentioning. Shout out to this guy, Damian Blaze 3017, you know. 8 years ago, this comment was. This comment's 8 years old. This guy is the only one that has my same mindset. This is all Tommy's fault, okay? It is. Just look at the comment, okay? Let me weed it out to y'all. This is all try that again. This is all Tommy's fault. Jason was dead and he brought him back as a walking corpse to kill again as an unstoppable zombie. Which, am I wrong? Is Damian Blaze here wrong? No, neither of us are wrong. Tommy's PTSD overtook him. Also, what's up with these other 3 comments? Darth Maul, I know he's a ghoul. Whoa, how did Darth Maul get put into this equation? What the hell? Tommy is also the reason we have 3 more Jason movies, and by that I'm talking about numbers 7, 8, and well, actually, wait. Number 9 would be Jason Goes to Hell, and neither of those movies were good, mostly because Paramount stopped at number 8 and let, I guess, other people work on the other ones. So technically, if you think about it, we had 2 more films, New Blood, which is part 7, and Jason Takes Manhattan, which is number 8. So yeah. So technically, if you think about it, Tommy is responsible for parts 6, 7, and 8. You want to know why he's responsible for parts 6, 7, and 8? Because he brought Bro back to life. Let Bro sleep in that little coffin of his, you fool. You drunken fool. Oh man, Chad, I'm so sorry. I hope I just had to let that little quash out I just had out. I had to let it out. I just started quashing out, you know. I hope headphone users didn't have this volume all the way up to max volume, because if so, their eardrums are gonna get violated, okay? Just now realized that in the other audio clip you just heard, you could hear Friday the 13th Part 2 playing, because at the time of me making this video, I'm also, watching Friday the 13th Part 2. Besides that, though, of course. Also, my question is, what the hell was Tommy planning to do by leaving him trapped at the bottom of the water? Because, Jason's plot armor is too chubby baby thick, I guess, and apparently it busted open because, he's a goddamn zombie. Chat, you know how I am about violating headphone users' ears, it's just the funnest thing ever. I really am sorry, though, okay? This type of thing is irritating me because, most people don't understand this, but Tommy is the literal reason 3 different movies' bloodshed was basically spilled all over the place, and it's all because of Tommy. These next 3 movies after Friday the 13th, A New Beginning, which was basically supposed to go in a different direction, because after Jason was literally killed in part 4, I'm not saying knocked out or killed temporarily to where he'll come back. Nope. He actually died in this one. Only to be originally the plot was going to be, rather than Roy Burns being apparently, rather than him being a father of one of the mental patients there, I guess, or whatever the hell, apparently he, so funny thing, supposedly he was supposed to be Jason's dad, but then they scrapped that idea, so... But besides that, we continue on, because, Jason's story apparently doesn't end at number 6 because, Jason got put at the bottom of the lake, and it's all Tommy's fault because he shouldn't have messed with his grave in the first place. Number 2, I'm pretty sure Tommy could get arrested just for freaking digging him up, because I'm pretty sure it's in some form of line of, like, grave robbery somehow, some way, because defiling a grave despite how much wrong Jason did. Not to mention, I just now also thought about this. Tommy is so damn hell-bent about making sure Jason's dead that he digs him up, but yet Jason would have stayed dead if he had just, not defiled his grave, not dug him up, not took a rod of a cemetery gate and drove it into his gut and chest multiple times. That type of stuff. The thing about these type of horror movies is that when sometimes if a character is so damn hell-bent on making sure that the enemy that they're fighting is, dead or whatever, they will go ahead and personally make sure in some form of line that ends up ending with them bringing the killer back to life. Yeah, that type of stuff pisses me off because it's so stupid. There's not much more evidence I can give out about this, or much more evidence that I think is here, besides that apparently he meets Jason in the fan film for Friday the 13th titled Never Hike Alone. It's about this guy, I think his name's Kyle McCloud or wherever the hell. Apparently he goes on a hiking trip to the original Camp Crystal Lake where apparently Friday the 13th Part 1 takes place, which we will see all the little investigation things they put down, the little yellow number tags when a murder spree is taking place or a horrible crime happens. They will put down numbers of where evidence or where people's bodies were found, that type of stuff. And he will encounter this, not just encounter that, but encounter Jason. And one of the paramedic EMTs at the end of the movie that lifts him up into the thing would be Tommy. After 2 of the 3 paramedics are killed by Jason, Tommy, being the driver, saves Kyle, realizing his situation, drives off before Jason could get him. So, the movie ends there. But besides that, I guess I'll end it here since there's no other evidence besides that. If any new evidence releases, or there is new evidence, the back my thing, or whatever the hell you want to call it, I guess you could call it a theory, even though it's not really a theory. If there's any new evidence supporting my claim, let me know in the comments, and I will end it here. Bye-bye.